Look at that. God, that felt good.
Woohoo! Give me that emblem. Damn right. Champions League. What is up, you guys? It is Matty, and welcome back to this series in the GoWiWi Champion. As you can see, I've pushed up to 2,349 trophies, which is a huge jump from the last video. But to be honest, guys, when you get racking up 30 trophies per raid or so, you can very quickly jump up trophies. So it's been an absolutely awesome time so far. So I'm going to show you some of the sort of raids I'm finding at this sort of trophy range. And looking straight in at this base, and you can probably see why I've been able to push up so quickly. It's ridiculous. It's so pathetic. I don't even know what to say about this one. So yeah, firstly it's a Town Hall 9. But the base itself is so premature. I mean, it only took a couple of wall breakers to break in. So broke in from a couple of places, did my normal GoWiWi raid of throwing in the golems, wizards, witches behind. There was nothing that was going to stop me from absolutely KOing this sort of base, so I'm really happy with that. Hold on, let me just do something on my screen. There we go. Yeah, sorry that the quality isn't as crisp as I would like it to be. Basically, I use an app called iRec, and what that does is it records the screen while I'm out and about, so when I'm at work or when I'm doing my thing, but it records the screen for me when I don't have to be at my laptop. Now if I'm at my laptop, I can use Reflector and just record straight from that and get really nice crisp quality. It can be a little bit laggy on Reflector, so there's pros and cons of each, but yeah, the quality slightly dips on this one, so I'll see if there's something I can do to sharpen up the video after, but it isn't as good as the Reflector one, so bit of a sad face on that one, but it is what it is, so we'll deal with it. Yeah, just to give you some sort of concept in how the push has been going. I mean, I'm into day 2 at the moment. I am, where am I? So I start this push on Sunday, and it's now Tuesday evening, and I'm already up to Masters 2. So I've been absolutely flying my way through Crystal and even up to Masters League. So yeah, absolutely awesome raiding, and when you can just keep going. I haven't lost a single raid. I've got a few close calls where I've managed to hit 50% or missed the Town Hall, but I've still managed to get the 50% or something like that. But no actual fails. So this strategy is serving me really, really well. We're gonna the true test is gonna come when we get to M2, M1 anyway. So I'm not saying it's the perfect strategy just yet, but it seems to be going pretty well. This will be interesting for you. I started on 100k dark, right? Through this series, watch my dark drain, because it drops to about, let's say I'm on about 62,000 at the moment. I've been absolutely rinsing it, but now that I'm in Masters, sort of late Master 3, early Master 2, I'm able to collect some dark elixir back, so it's actually I'm sort of leveling it out a little bit now. But I managed to use like 30,000 dark in the matter of like a day. It was crazy. So I'm trying. I've got to be very conscious now in my push that I'm not using all my dark, I'm choosing bases that have a nice amount of dark elixir available. You might notice the new language up on the screen as well. That's because I'm in Norse, which is a language setting that you can go into on your settings. The reason I use that is because the Norse global chat is full of a lot of high level players, and sometimes you can, I mean, I don't know if it's just if there's any truth behind it, but sometimes when you get sick you can't find any raids, you can switch language, and sometimes it feels like you can find better raids by doing that. I don't know if it's a mental thing and it actually doesn't do anything at all or not, so I'm not here to confirm or deny that, but sometimes, but it's mainly for the global reason, to be honest. This raid, as you can see, there's another, after this arch tower goes down, there's another pocket of defences left, so it's just going to be a case of hoping that the heroes don't get too distracted with other buildings. But now that the golems have gone the right way, they're going to take the brunt of the power while the king and queen run up and finish up everything around. So that's pretty good. Well, it's pretty good, but it will also result in a nice easy 100%. which is the sort of raid I want. As you can see, mostly I only ever attack bases that have over 29, 30, 32, you know, around the 30 trophies is where you want to be aiming. So if it's a 1-star it's 10, 2-star it's 20, and 3-star obviously you get the full amount. So that's what you got to be thinking. If you see a base worth 13 trophies or 17, you know, around that sort of mark, is it really worth it for the time it takes to build your army? The answer is probably no. Just so you know as well, I have spent about 500 gems in a day, or 2 days, should we say, pushing. So you can, with the boosting and stuff, if your heroes both die in a raid, which they can do as you go higher up, then, and let's say you need to get your spells going and other stuff like that, you can very quickly rack up a very get probably about 50 gems to keep it all going. So it's to keep the boosts going and keep it so you can raid every 40 minutes or so. So it can get very expensive on gems as well, very quick, which is why I bought sort of 1750 for the start of the video. So I'm pretty glad that I did that. And yeah, I have. You could look at it one or two ways, you know. Well, you're using gems too quickly, but I'd say actually I've pushed 800 trophies in a 1400 trophy journey. But yeah, we all know that it's going to be harder towards the end, but I've only used about a quarter or just over of the gems I've allotted for this push. So it's a budget push. I've just got to be really mindful and make sure I don't do too many fails, because fails are going to be the key to it all. So what I'd like you to do anyway when you sort of watch these videos is just take a note of how I deploy the troops, because that's sort of key. What the objective of every GoWiWi raid is to get the heroes into the middle, and it might look like it's easy and they're just going there every time. That's because I destroy buildings in a certain order and create a nice little path for them to go there, and that is sort of key to the raid. I did notice in this raid, by the way, that I'd forgot my king. Not really a clever move when you're going for a 3-star or something like that, and I think that might have resulted in this raid being only a 2-star. Looks like all my cleanup troops are dead. Jump's going to be absolutely pointless, I think. So looks like I'm maybe just going to go for the 1-star on this one, and then sorry, the 2-star, and get the hell out of here. Yeah, I'd like to also say a big shout out to the boys in YouTube AllStars. I've spent the last sort of 7-8 hours today in that clan. It's a YouTube clan with a lot of champions in that aren't YouTubers, as well as there's a lot of YouTubers that are champions and just general YouTubers as well. And it's a 5-week push that they're doing at the moment. So if you want to get in, you're going to have to be in Champions League, and the later you leave it, the harder it's going to be to get in, and the higher in trophies you're going to have to be. But you know, it's got people like Noteworthy Games, Malt, J-Rod. So I had a pretty cool time, you know, just being in a clan that sort of high leveled. I mean, they got to about position 135 in the world as a clan without even, you know, only sort of day 1, day 2 into the push, really, which is quite mad. I think they're going for like a top 5, maybe even top 1 or 2, but we'll have to see how that goes. And after this series, by the way, I'm going to be going back there to help them out on their push, because it'll be the last sort of week or two, because my clan's doing a push at a sort of a similar, just before theirs ends. So I'll finish my push, then move back over to go and help those guys out. So it's awesome visiting, and maybe in this series you will see some sort of maybe in the next couple of episodes, a couple of snippets of me being in that clan, maybe me doing a couple of shout outs, because I did do a few in there. So yeah, it was a really nice experience, actually, going and seeing those boys. There's a lot of Town Hall 9 high level players in there that were in Champions and that sort of thing. So I can't remember everyone's name, but Ollie and Fishy were the two that sprang out, and obviously King as the leader. But anyway, off of that, back to our raid. You can see it's this GoWiWi. What I'll say, once you've sort of done your main deployment of all your troops, I mean, you can raid really quickly with GoWiWi. Whereas ballooning, you might spend the whole 3 minutes segmenting a Town Hall 10 and trying to really pick it apart and get those and drop the balloons and minions in certain ways and take your time about it. On this, it's literally, as long as you do it in the right order, and there's certain things, and obviously it is a case of take each base as it comes, and don't be an idiot. But when you actually deploy the troops and you do it properly, it takes about 20 seconds. You can tear pretty much straight through to the town hall. It's a really quick raiding strategy, really, which is nice. You don't have to faff too much. You get them in, but the knack, I found, the trick of it is using your spells and using your hero abilities at the right time, and saving the right troops for the right time as well. So when I say that, I mean you might not send all 21 wizards in off the first go. You might save a few, and that few might be the difference between a 2 and a 3 star. So yeah, just you'll get the feel of it. And I suppose, as always with any strategy, the only way to sort of improve is to practice it. That's the only way I've sort of started to get better with it and understand it. Practice, learn, figure out you learn a lot from fails as well, to be honest. So if you do fail, don't get all in a huff or get annoyed and just throw the throw the phone against the wall and just be pissed off. Why don't you? I do this sometimes. Go back and rewatch the raid and see what happened. Why was it bad? Why did I lose? Did I deploy wrong? Is there something I can learn from it to do better for next time? And it's that sort of thing that if you do that, you'll learn quicker. So it's just devoting obviously a bit more time to it. But a lot of people don't do that, and I get why. You don't want to rewatch why you failed, but I knew I wasn't going to get a 3-star on that one, by the way, so I cut it short and got the 2-star. So into this next raid, 34 trophies available. Tunnel 10, 1 Inferno. By the look of it, we need to worry about when it's 1 Inferno. It's really not a worry. The thing you got to think about is when Infernos are involved, it's going to be difficult. No, it's not. It's going to be, the Inferno is good at taking down all your sort of basic infantry. So wall breakers, archers, barbarians, wizards, witches. Anything like that, basic infantry, they'll rinse through them. The multi-mode Infernos will. And obviously the single-mode Infernos will take down your heroes pretty quickly. So this sort of base, I wasn't worried. As long as I could get my heroes into the core, I'm happy. But there was something kind of fail about this raid. I don't know if you can see it, but the P.E.K.K.A. that's currently sat next to my queen, I didn't even notice. I didn't even know it was there. I would have used my queen's ability if I knew. And I was suddenly raiding, thinking, where's my queen gone? How the hell has she died so quick? And had a proper little panic mode. So I, as it happens, in the end, the town hall went down, and yeah, it looks like the 2-star wasn't going to be too much of an issue. So I just dumped a load of my archers onto that dark drill to get the dark elixir, and was able to clutch the 50% as well. But yeah, keep your eyes open, because that P.E.K.K.A. wrecked my queen proper, and my king decided to run around the outside and then died anyway. So pretty useless raid, really. This is not one to get to use as an example. This was pretty shocking. So yeah, let's just write this off from our memories. I don't even know why I've left the video playing. I should have just ended the raid at this point. There's nothing else to get really from the raid, I don't think. But anyway, 2-star means what, 22 trophies, I think, on that one. So not too bad at all. 22 trophies, boom. Let me have a quick little look. I think we're moving up to the latter end of the video now. Another Town Hall 9, 1200 dark, helps towards the army, but really doesn't do that much. But any Town Hall 9 that's worth 30 trophies, I'll pretty much go for, because it's an easy 2-star, and you should be able to pretty much 3-star quite a few Town Hall 9s if you deploy right. But again, I've got no king on this raid, so because it's quite early on, I don't think I was too fussed about going in with the full army. Kind of reckless, as in it might be the difference between the 2 and 3-star, but you never know. So drop my 3 golems down, drop my wall breakers in to help break them into the base, and the wizards behind to sort of start clearing that pathway in. Now you can see there's no real side buildings that are going to get in the way other than that builder hut, so I'll be pretty safe to drop my queen in a bit. But the clan castle troops are coming out. I'm going to wait till they all come out, get stuck, start taking down some troops. There's a golem. And I should be good to drop the lightning down soon. I drop them on. Do I drop the lightning on the witches? Hopefully I do. I don't know what I've missed. No, I did a really poor lightning. That was a really bad sort of bit of the raid. That was. I'm quite embarrassed. But Anyway, Clan Castle troops down, golems in the centre, queen in the centre, town hall down. That quick. So this point in the raid, obviously, we're just going to hope for we can rack up to the 50%. I've got no offensive troops left in my arsenal, so it's all going to be down to the troops that are currently on the battlefield and the queen. So hopefully the queen's going to clutch it for us and get us some extra that extra star. But I think this raid from memory glitches about around this point in the time, because I think the recording failed a little bit. So we'll see if that is the case. No, it's not. I'm talking absolute drivel, so don't mind me. But an easy 20 trophies there, and that brings us to the end of the video, guys. So I really hope you enjoyed this episode too. I love doing these videos, these commentaries for you, and I'm going to try and get these videos out daily because I'm pushing up so quick, and I've got so many recordings that I've already done. So anyway, yeah, to summarise, GoWiWi, it's an awesome strategy. It seems to be doing me really well for pushing. So yeah, comment. Let me know what you guys think. Is this series helping you? And yeah, subscribe, tell your friends, get my name out there, guys. I want to grow. Peace.